Yo, Dog Pound, strap on your helmets because we're diving headfirst into some scorching news straight from the Cleveland Browns' training camp. Picture this, a fifth-round rookie quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, stepping onto the turf at First Energy Stadium on September 7, 2025, staring down the Cincinnati Bengals defense like he owns the joint. We're talking about a kid who could carve his name into NFL history as one of the rare Week 1 starters drafted in the 5th round or later, something that hasn't happened since the 1970s. The Dog Pound is losing it, the NFL world is glued to the drama, and Cleveland's quarterback saga is hotter than a tailgate grill. So let's tear into this wild rumor, figure out what it means for our Browns, and get you pumped for the 2025 season. Grab your orange and brown jerseys because this one's going to have you barking all the way to kickoff. All right, Dog Pound, let's cut to the chase with this news, and it's absolutely jaw-dropping. The Cleveland Browns sent shockwaves through the 2025 NFL Draft when they traded up in the 5th round to snatch Shedeur Sanders from Colorado with the 144th overall pick. This wasn't just a draft selection, it was practically highway robbery. Sanders, who some analysts pegged as a first-round talent, plummeted to day 3 of the draft, and the Browns didn't hesitate, charging in like a linebacker chasing a fumble. Now, the rumor mill is on fire, with reports suggesting this kid could pull off something nearly unheard of, starting Week 1 as a rookie quarterback drafted in the 5th round or later. We're talking about a feat so rare that only a handful of quarterbacks have managed it since the NFL-AFL merger in 1967, with Dak Prescott being the most recent in 2016. The spark for this buzz came straight from Berea, where Sanders has been lighting up OTAs and minicamp like he's already a league veteran, according to Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland. Sanders is legitimately in the hunt for the starting quarterback job, even though he's listed 4th on the depth chart behind veterans Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel. Cabot dropped a stat that'll make your jaw hit the floor. The last time a quarterback drafted this, late-started Week 1 was Randy Hedberg, an 8th-round pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 1977. That's right. If Sanders is calling the shots against the Bengals in the season opener, he'll join an elite club. But let's keep it real, Dog Pound. This ain't going to be a cakewalk. Sanders hasn't even gotten a taste of first-team reps in 11-on-11 drills, with Flacco and Pickett hogging most of the snaps and Gabriel getting some love as a 3rd-round pick. Still, Sanders is making waves with the little he's got. One play that's got everyone buzzing? A 60-yard touchdown bomb to rookie receiver Gage Larvadain during OTAs, thrown with precision that makes you forget he's a 5th-rounder. Posts on X are going nuts, with fans and analysts saying Sanders has already passed Pickett in the QB race, sitting at about 25% odds to start Week 1, just behind Flacco's 60%. Some even claim he's outshining Gabriel in practice, which is no small feat given Gabriel's Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year hype. The Browns' quarterback room is a straight-up war zone right now, with Deshaun Watson sidelined by a brutal Achilles injury, likely missing the entire 2025 season. Cleveland's got 4 guys duking it out for QB1. Flacco, the 40-year-old playoff hero, Pickett, the ex-Steelers first-rounder hunting for redemption, Gabriel, the undersized but gritty rookie from Oregon, and Sanders, the wild card with a famous last name and a cannon arm. Sanders' college stats: 434 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 70.1% completion rate in his final season prove he's got the tools. But concerns linger about his tendency to hold the ball too long. He took 52 sacks in 2024, and whether he can handle the NFL's speed and complexity. Let's take a step back, Dog Pound, because this story is bigger than just one kid from Colorado. The Cleveland Browns have been stuck in quarterback purgatory since their return to the NFL in 1999. We've seen 37 different starters, 37 was, from Tim Couch to Charlie Fry to Baker Mayfield to the disastrous Deshaun Watson experiment. The Watson trade in 2022 was supposed to be the answer. 3 first-round picks and a fully guaranteed $230 million contract to bring in a Pro Bowl-caliber quarterback. Instead, it's been a nightmare, with injuries, off-field issues, and subpar play leaving the Dog Pound fed up. Owner Jimmy Haslam called the trade a big mistake in a rare moment of honesty, and now Cleveland's on the hunt for a new savior. That's where Shedeur Sanders comes in, and man, does this kid have a story. The son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Primetime Sanders, Shedeur grew up in the spotlight, learning the game under his dad's watchful eye at Jackson State and then Colorado. At Colorado, he was an absolute star, racking up over 10,000 yards and 99 touchdowns across 3 seasons, showing off an arm that can make every throw in the book. His poise in the pocket, even while taking a beating behind a shaky offensive line, drew comparisons to guys like Russell Wilson, but his draft slide was a shocker. Some teams questioned his maturity in interviews, others worried about his sack-prone play style, and a few just didn't want the media circus that comes with the Sanders name. The Browns, though, saw a gem in the rough. General manager Andrew Berry admitted they graded Sanders as a second-round talent, so when he was still on the board in the 5th, they traded a 6th-rounder to move up and grab him. Now, Sanders is in a quarterback room that's both chaotic and wide open. Joe Flacco, the grizzled vet who led the Browns to an 11-5 record and a playoff berth in 2023, is back as a stopgap but isn't the future at 40. Kenny Pickett, acquired in a trade from Pittsburgh, was supposed to be a reclamation project, but his 7-10 record as a starter and shaky accuracy haven't won over the dog pound. Dillon Gabriel, drafted in the 3rd round out of Oregon, brings dual threat ability and a shiny resume, but his 5'11 frame and limited arm strength have some scouts labeling him a career backup. Sanders, despite being the last guy in the pecking order, has the talent, charisma, and, let's be real, marketability to shake things up. His number 2 jersey is already the top-selling rookie jersey in the NFL, and his prime effect is drawing eyes to Cleveland like never before. The Browns' quarterback woes aren't new, but the stakes feel higher this time. Last season's 3-14 train wreck exposed how bad things can get without a reliable signal caller. Cleveland's offense ranked 28th in scoring, averaging just 16.7 points per game, and the fan base is desperate for a spark. Sanders' college tape shows he could be that guy. His ability to extend plays, hit deep balls, and rally his team is exactly what the dog pound craves. But the NFL is a different beast, and he'll need to prove he can handle the blitz-heavy schemes of AFC North defenses and the pressure of playing for a fan base that's been through the ringer. So why should you care, Dog Pound? Because Shedeur Sanders starting Week 1 could be the jolt this franchise needs. The Browns haven't had a quarterback make the Pro Bowl since Derek Anderson in 2007, and the fan base is starving for a leader who can carry us to the playoffs and beyond. If Sanders steps onto the field against the Bengals and delivers, we're talking about a rookie rewriting the narrative for a team that's been stuck in the mud for decades. A win in the opener would set the tone for the 2025 season, especially in the brutal AFC North, where the Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens are all gunning for the crown. But it's not just about one game. Sanders starting would signal a shift, a new era for the Browns. He's got the potential to be the franchise quarterback we've been dreaming of, someone who can grow with young stars like Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, and rookie receiver Gage Larvadane. His swagger, combined with his ability to make plays under pressure, could turn First Energy Stadium into a fortress again. Imagine the dog pound roaring as Sanders slings a 40-yard dime for a touchdown. That's the kind of energy that could carry us through a grueling 17-game schedule. The flip side? If Sanders isn't ready and flops in Week 1, it could mean another year of quarterback musical chairs. The Browns face a murderer's row of opponents in 2025, divisional slugfests with Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, plus battles against the NFC North, AFC East, Raiders, Titans, and a Super Bowl contending 49ers team. A rookie quarterback would need to grow up fast to survive that gauntlet, especially with Cleveland's offensive line still a work in progress. They allowed 59 sacks last season. Starting Sanders too soon could dent his confidence and fuel the narrative that he's just a hype machine riding his dad's coattails. The Dog Pound's been through this before, hoping a young quarterback will be the answer, only to see them flame out. But Sanders feels different. His college production, his ability to handle the spotlight, and his flashes of brilliance in OTAs suggest he's got the goods. On X, fans are hyping him up, with some calling him QB1 by Week 4, and others saying he's already outplaying Pickett. Browns legend Hanford Dixon is all in, telling 92.3 The Fan that Sanders will show everybody he's the man before the season's over. ESPN's Dominique Foxworth went even further, predicting Sanders will win the starting job outright. But skeptics like Adam Schefter warn it's a long shot, noting that late-round rookies usually only start due to injuries, like Prescott stepping in for Tony Romo. The Browns coaching staff isn't making this easy. Kevin Stefanski, known for his tight-lipped approach, keeps saying the quarterback reps will sort themselves out in training camp. Andrew Berry, meanwhile, is preaching patience, emphasizing that Sanders' draft position doesn't define his potential, but the dog pound knows how. These battles go. Quarterback competitions can either light a fire under a team or burn it down. Sanders' ability to stay locked in, learn from Flacco's veteran savvy, and make the most of his limited reps could decide whether he's leading the huddle in Week 1 or watching from the sidelines. All right, Dog Pound, let's talk straight. I'm torn on this one, and I know you are too. On one hand, Sanders has that it factor that makes you want to see him out there slinging it against Cincy. His college tape is electric. Pinpoint accuracy, clutch plays, and a swagger that screams future star. The kid's got the arm to hit Judy on a go route and the guts to stand in against a blitz. Plus, his jersey sales and media buzz are bringing a new energy to Cleveland, something we haven't felt since Baker's rookie year. If he starts Week 1 and balls out, it could be the start of something special, a quarterback who grows with this team and finally ends the drought. On the other hand, starting a fifth-round rookie in Week 1 is a gamble, even for a team as desperate as ours. Flacco's been there, done that, and his playoff run in 2023 proved he can still sling it. Pickett, for all his flaws, has NFL experience and a chip on his shoulder. Gabriel's a wild card with his mobility, but he's not ready to lead either. Sanders, as talented as he is, needs to clean up his decision-making. He can't take 50-plus sacks in the NFL and survive. My gut says Stefanski plays it safe with Flacco for the opener, but Sanders could force his way into the lineup by midseason, maybe Week 6 against Pittsburgh, like analyst Garrett Bush predicted. Either way, this kid's got the dog pound dreaming, and that's something we haven't done in a while. Yo, Dog Pound, what's the vibe? Is Shedeur Sanders ready to make NFL history and lead our Browns right out of the gate? Or should we let Flacco hold it down while the kid learns? Can this fifth-round steal be the franchise quarterback we've been waiting for, or is it too soon to crown him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this conversation barking louder than a fourth down stop. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any Browns updates. Let's go, Cleveland. Time to unleash the dog pound.